Hello guys, and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. Last time, looks like I went to war with the Nasamones. Oh, we've already been at war, I guess. I see the Ethiopians, my puppets, are coming up. I don't know or remember what deals, or like, apparently one with the Antigonids. I don't really remember most of it because I was just in the hospital for 2 weeks and I just got out at the time of recording this. And so I don't even remember how a computer works, but let me disperse some slaves. That might move one or two, maybe, if any, from the capital. It's going to expire in 3 turns anyway, so might as well. The rest of these are all old. Our manpower's fine. It's recovering. It's technically low, but it's recovering. Metal, I know it's building stuff to fix that. Money's doing amazing. We're starting to run into administrative problems, actually, as a result of that, but that's nothing to worry about. I know I took all the actions on the last one, so with all these invasions in mind, we should be good to go ahead and hit end turn, bring it over to the next turn, and fight what looks like a couple of battles. Alright, so we have our first battle here, which is literally just against 2 guys defending Kufra. We're gonna attack, well, I mean, like, it's obvious how this is going to go, huh? Heavy infantry versus urban militia, while we have more skirmishers than we would ever need for such a battle. What a surprise, we won with flying colors. The next one, we have the help of 31, at the same time, 31 Ethiopian units, R56 versus 9 of theirs. That's kind of crazy. I wonder, though. Okay, Ethiopian cavalry, 2 of them up front. 3 total to assist our flanks, but the front line is entirely our heavy infantry. They probably have some, they might, no, they're not in range. I'll say they might have some skirmishers as well helping us, but no, not really. My units are better. My army composition is better. And resultingly to me having all the better stuff, they didn't really have the opportunity to fill in with anything. However, this looks like the army that... This is one of the older armies. One of the older ones. Where I do have some cavalry, a little bit. Most of it's Cameliers, though. But they were able to interject at least a couple of cavalry. I wish I could just decide to sit back and let them do the fighting. It's like when I start up a battle in something like Mountain Blade. That's something that I would like to do, is I like to let my allies do a lot of the fighting before my own units. That's a big battle, though. That's a big battle. That went very easily, as you can imagine. 54 units versus 8 over here over Guatemala. Let's see it. It's, once again, just not even going to be a contest. A bunch of... This is a tribal nation. It's vast, but it's tribal. As tribes usually were, I suppose. Tribal nations tended to have the ability to grow large, but it was hardly settled. The units were hardly impressive. There you go. All battles won? I don't think there's any more. We have some reinforcements trying to link up with their boys. I am not sure I like what I see of that pathing. I think they're smart enough to not do that, but we'll see. The Glorious Tribal Confederation. Doesn't sound too hard. Wait, this is my manpower cap? I had no idea this was the cap. So I guess it's actually pretty high. It's higher than I thought. Lusitani and Saba signed a trade deal. It was a cooperation, yes? Yes, that's right. I remember I wanted to try to befriend them a little bit because they were taking over all of Iberia. Even if just a tribe, that's kind of worth something. Mari and Saba agreed on a treaty, and I just purchased all of that. Antigonids and Saba signed a trade deal. I think that was, yep, to give me just this right here. That's good. A lot of acquisitions. And Saba and Mari, common war against Scytha. Scytha. Is this Scytha? It is, and they're pretty big. They're pretty big. I don't border them. Now I'm at war with them. 35% chance for peace off the bat. I'll propose that. And after delay, Pontus supporting Scytha against Saba. Pontus? Up here? Wait, what? This is Pontus. This is not where Pontus goes. Ethiopia and Saba, common war against Scytha. Okay, yeah. What a surprise. And We've entered a golden age. Nice. Skytha. Yeah, there they are. What's all this? Saka? Skytha. Saka. This little thing is occupying all of that? What the hell is Saka? They're at peace with Maria. They were fighting them. And they've conquered all of that? Oh, this isn't even like a troublesome war, but I also just can't reach them, so I don't really care. I know part of why I was buying stuff was as well, I wanted to shrink them so that I could eventually just kind of buy them out as a client state, but yeah, they need to shrink a bit more. We need to shrink them more. We'll look at that in a little bit. There's a lot of things to look over right now. So we've taken this over. They were building a cult site. I hate this unit layout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. These are citizens. They're all Indian, which is not the best for me. We need to create the province here of Persis, which is all of this. We purchased all of Persis. Funny. It actually already has like quite a bit of culture. I might just move more of these guys over to food. Help with the growth a little bit more. Maybe we want more on, yeah, at least that much right there. A cult site is what you were choosing to build. I mean, I don't mind it. A stable master. It's a national wonder. I love buying national wonders. There's only one slot for building available. So what do I want with that? So we want to make sure we really want it. Looking at this stuff, I don't know. I mean, guaranteed growth. So this is actually going to go up immediately. That cult site's actually probably pretty good because we do need the conversion now. Next, we have the place just south of that where they were building a public bath. Nah, fuck that. Build a public works. Also, what the hell is this? We need some... Well, maybe we don't need some. I don't know. I was going to say, that's a lot. This is a big population. I feel like we don't even really need this much into culture. They have less culture income and less culture accumulated. So I guess this is fine. Is this just going to be even more infrastructure too? Sure. Why not? Next is this, where a fortune teller was built just there before we acquired it. This place has a lot less happiness, a lot less like loyalty and everything. So we're going to need some stuff. We're barely functional for infrastructure. That's with no debuffs on the location. So I think I'm going to go for a wheel maker in that case. A wheel maker. I guess we just need some infrastructure then. We need to prioritize that, get that wheel maker built so we could spread things out a little bit better. That's barely developed. Barely any culture. Next, also barely developed, barely any culture. Abandoned local palace, 25 infrastructure added. Yep, sounds good. Now, another place barely developed. What do we want to put here? I'm going to say a ranch to get some food going. I'll put one guy on culture, but yeah, these places are less developed. This place is, it's kind of in between the first two and the other one. Why are the ones closer to me more developed? Were these Seleucid at some point? I don't think they were. They might have been. They might have been at the start. Any other places were just like war-torn, I don't know. Crafter district? That doesn't sound bad. Money? Maybe health? I don't know. Put one guy on culture. We could also use like other things. How many building slots are here? We have 3 building slots. We could use culture. We could use all. We don't need this much infrastructure. Have 2 guys on culture. Maybe even have more on culture. Okay, sure. Sure. I mean, this doesn't seem terrible. More food for growth. We got like 1 guy on infrastructure, but that's fine. Might have 2, actually. Might just have 2. I think I want the clear water more than I want a crafter district if I have to pick one or the other. So we're going with that one. The capital is definitely going to be set up here in Persis, which is fine, I suppose. Stable master. There's stables over here. Stables aren't bad. So that's okay. We're going to get that. If it goes where the culture is the highest, then it should go there just fine anyway. And then we liberated this. We have got to move you to infrastructure. We need infrastructure. Increase farmer labor, loyalty reduced, but food up. Interesting. Okay, well, we need some infrastructure. 4 building slots available. We're going to go for that public works to get some more infrastructure. Loyalty's doing just fine, so let's just put as many into infrastructure for right now from here, because we want to get these basics up and running. Now, the capital... What is the capital of Sirencia? Where's Mike? Is it over here? I think so, yep. Governor's Palace. We have a building slot over here. We got rid of a slave market and built a farm. I could immediately go for a large farm. That sounds pretty nice. Or a brickwork. These both sound nice. Slotless? Ooh, I also want a noble district. Ooh, that's a lot of like really good options, and it's hard to pick when I have 4 slots available anyway. That loyalty, look at that. Could come in handy. And this blacksmith would just be great. This would be great. We're missing copper. We have iron. That would just be great. Infrastructure, money, metal. There's literally no downside except that it takes a building slot. There's a lot of things here that I want. Like, it would add infrastructure. Oh, man. That's, That is a tough decision, I must say. We're not exactly hurting for food here, and we have so many slots anyway. I think I'm going to go for that blacksmith first. Blacksmiths are just pretty darn good. And so with some slaves, these are all just slaves working here. I could move guys to culture to make up for any, like, loyalty downside. We could use some more infrastructure, but it's not that bad considering we're about to add infrastructure. And then we don't need the loyalty, the culture as much because we have dudes on that right now. Sure, let's do that. That's good. That's fine. There was also, I know I'm having trouble over here with a capital. I was. Abandoned palace. Where is the capital of this? It's right there right now in the delta. Hopefully that just gets rebuilt over here. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to leave it alone. From everything I understand, it should get built here because of all the culture. I don't know if underpacification would stop that. I don't think it should. Manual didn't say anything about that, but... Kufra. We took over Kufra. Doesn't even show as... What? Battle has been fought. We took it. It's literally been added to my nation. It's occupied. No, it is occupied. What the hell? Raided underpass. No, okay. Okay. Whoa, that's weird. This is immediately just mine for some reason. It's not, like, occupied. I just own it. So that's weird. Create the province of Sudana. Sudana. Here, 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 here. I see. So Sudana is a province. Yeah, that's in this region. Sudana. And I do own, I guess, most of it. Ethiopia took this. I got credit for this one. So I can have that province. So in Kufra, there's only 3 pops. And that's literally it. Building anything would take forever until the underpacification goes away. Might as well just make sure we remain as stable as possible on food and then leave that alone. There's 3 building slots. Almost no one lives there. It will get better as time goes on. It even marks as raided right now. I don't understand why it's like this. I think this one said it was occupied Leptis, but then, like, they had it occupied. Maybe that's why I own it now, because I'm not at war with Leptis. So I just immediately got it. That is an interesting thing that I feel like you could exploit. But hey. Wait, what? Create the province. This is already the capital. What the fuck? How am I going to create the province if there's already a capital? I don't understand. I guess it's just going to go there then. What the fuck am I looking at? Oh my god! I've never seen so many slaves in one place ever. That place is going to have some problems. Alright, let's get all citizens. Literally all citizens. Holy cow. Alright, there you go. So, all citizens are on culture. All 5 of them. The rest of these are... I've never seen anything like this. This is insane. Well then. 26 building slots. Gee. What the fuck is this place? Why are there so many slaves here? Provincial capital? Was this like a nation capital? What the fuck? This is insane, dude. How do you get so many slaves in one place, and yet no buildings? Yeah, give me a palisade here. There could be a rebellion at any point. Okay, well, we don't need this much in the way of infrastructure. In fact, what we really need probably is just some more food. How much? I don't know. I'd like to get that palisade built next turn, so we'll have, whatever slaves we need, which is maybe, like, too many, but to get that done in one turn, and then the food here isn't going to be great, but maybe we could build stuff for that very quickly. Thunder pacification, that will go away. Wow, what a weird ass location, man. What a weird location. That dispersed slaves may disperse a fuck ton of this. Well, no. No, theoretically it wouldn't. I already did it too, so yeah, like never mind. How did the capital end up, by the way? With an extra building slot because a slave arrived. I don't think it moved anybody. These guys will move naturally over time anyway, so maybe once every turn or two, one of these guys will move elsewhere so long as we own it. That will put a lot of slaves in my nation. I don't mind, I guess, but still, very interesting. What about Mergach? Mergach? In Mergach, we are probably going to get rid of this slave market. Yeah, don't leave this here. This is already accumulating slaves galore. Get the citizens off. Put all the slaves on food just to take stock of them. Citizens on culture. Okay. Let's put the happy slaves on infrastructure. And that seems still not good enough, actually. Let's move most citizens to infrastructure. That loyalty's not great. No, sir, but that's because of the underpacification and the occupation, of course. If I had to get anything here, I'd probably get a public works. Give me a public works. Slotless, why not? There are just so many dudes here, it's insane. Thank God there's so much food here, because we're going to be eating it in like literally one turn. Then we also got this, we took this over. There's almost nothing here. A public works sounds good to me. Everything here otherwise is kind of okay. The food supply is not going to be too great in the long run. Yeah, move like one guy. It adds a turn to the building, but that's fine. Merchant specialized markets, Stoa or Judean, are so rich in insane influx of money crashed whole sectors of Saban economy. Lost 1743, I see. Sad face. Stoa or Judean? Stoa? I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Infrastructure added in right there. We already knew that. And we're standing at 5 progress tokens, which, yeah, moved me into a golden age. Wonderful. So, because I didn't want this war, I'm looking at how I could potentially peace out. It's a 75% peace chance for a treaty, where essentially I take every single thing that I've taken over, including the things that Ethiopia's taken over. They would get to keep that. I also get Sirtica and the rest of Tripolitania, which is primarily just these two things right here. Now, oh, also this. So basically, this whole thing surrounding where I've attacked up to, and then everything that I've taken in addition to that. Yeah. And I don't think I've missed... No, I have missed something else. What did I miss? Marmacia. Oh yeah, this little thing right here, Marmacia. I see. I see. Yeah, that would be useful, huh? Well, then it goes down to 37. And so, like, figuring out where I should just decide that, hey, I'm happy and I don't need any more. Figuring out where that line is tricky. I could just say, no, I don't need any of Tripolitania. Or I don't need all of it, for example. I didn't want this war, and such rapid expansion could prove to be a negative. Simultaneously, if I really wanted to just keep going westwards, I probably could. They don't have the military to stop me, and it's not exactly geographically inconvenient to just take everything that they have. Hell, even deciding to fight Carthage to take that wouldn't be inconvenient. Just this one random part of Tripolitania. Or I could cut my losses and... Not even losses, I guess my wins? Cut my wins and just call it there. I might just continue to go on the offensive. Now look, I really, really don't like what you're doing, dude. I really don't like this idea that you have decided for yourself. Because it's not healthy. I got this guy already headed over there, so that's good. You guys really didn't take any damage at all, so if you were going to attack, well, I am concerned about this Nasamoni's army. I am most concerned about them. So I'd probably just try to go directly at them, like so. You wouldn't be needed here. This place is well under control. In case they went south, your job would be to cut them off and take that part of Tripolitania. Down over here, Guy and Saracena, you're sitting on something that is almost certainly going to revolt. The risk is only 2%, surprisingly. This one is... oh, it's because of the Marshal, because we have so many troops sitting on there. Both of these are not exactly safe in terms of potential rebellion. Now, this guy is headed over westwards just to kind of take over like a center, yet accessible location that can respond to any craziness that might happen. I have so much manpower, I might want to consider like an entire another stack at this point. So let's see, you're going that way, you're going this way, shift, click, shift, right click, and then right click. There you go. So just like go in that direction. Because I do need to move. I can't just babysit this. I don't really care if any of the Sudana stuff, like, really goes away. I don't really care. And the reason I don't care is because, well, then if Ethiopia just goes and steps on it, that's fine. I don't need it. And then I can always buy it from Ethiopia later. It doesn't really matter. So, looking at this, we have kind of an idea of how to go westwards in every single direction. Like this place needs help more than this one. We kind of have to stay on the move, probably, I'm guessing. The path is going to be weird here, though, because it's going to narrow into two little tunnels and then suddenly expand again. And this right here is Leptis land that they're occupying. If they take this all over, it might expand again. So 3 turns, 2 turns. I'll send you going west that way. You can only really go 1 spot per turn. We'll send you west a little bit so that you're just taking over guard duty there. We're going to get a wall up. There's no wall up here. If it does revolt, it's going to fight 7 defenders. There's 14 defenders here. I could try to leave both of these guys behind, but again, I think we just need to keep a move on. I am tempted to send more guys over here as a defense, but even so, I don't think this has enough food for all these different stacks. So I kind of want to leave that alone, ideally. All right, so I've decided I'm going to build another stack because I guess we're just going to keep conquering. Because I think I can keep it going, but we're going to need more military to fully guard everything. So, and I know I wanted to get a navy out, but if I'm going to take over a bunch more desert, we're going to need more military. So over here in the Delta, I'm making 8 skirmishers to then swap in with, not you, let's say like this stack, for example, or this one where they have still entirely archers to free up 8 archers. And then in the capital, I am going to recruit the other 8 archers or skirmishers that will actually go in the new stack. Then I'm recruiting just next door. We have 12 regular infantry, and I added 2 more into here. It's because of equipment limitations. I'm spreading it out so we use all available equipment, basically. And then we have, this is not even 10, it's like 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 heavy infantry. Then back at the capital, I threw in the rest to add it up to 14 because they were kind of tied. Have 4 light cavalry here, which, or light, I don't know, maybe just like normal cavalry, but yeah, like regular cavalry. Cavalry, improved cavalry. And then we have 8 here, so that adds up to 12, because I believe we're rocking 12 skirmishers in every stack, be they all light cavalry or some mixture of like cameliers and other things. I believe we're rocking generally 12 in each right now, so we're just copying. And so that's an entire another stack paid for. That gets my manpower to a healthier position where I won't just start bleeding it for no reason. Money is, of course, doing great. Metal may not be so happy. We do need to focus that metal a little bit now. That is going to be our 7th stack, by the way. That is stack number 7, which is noteworthy, I think. We finished a shepherd house over here in occupied lands. Let's build a palisade, because I guess we're just going to conquer the whole damn thing. Did I want to? No, but Ethiopia, I think. I think they're the reason I'm in this war. We're just going to expand rapidly, I guess. There's no stopping me now. It's one way to beat the Antigonids. New population in Paratonium. New pot. We don't have a palisade? Give me a palisade. You're on the fucking, like, river. You need a palisade. You could tell where we don't have harbors because we can't see into the coastal waters. Good thing to keep in mind. A ranch is finished south of that in some place I can't say the name of. And slotless, I could make a courthouse, but I think I'm going to take that preserved food store. It's not a capital, but preserved food stores are becoming more and more useful. The bigger my nation's armies get, and the more of them that I get. That 20 supply per turn really helps take the load off, especially if I have multiple armies in one province. Dyeing mill finished next to that, and then nothing I would really change. Not much of any of this, no. This place is just barely kind of like making enough of anything. Alright, fair enough. Let's go look down the coast where we got a new population from growth. Not sure I would really change anything here. Like, it's fine. Maybe I'd move like one more guy to culture, because culture's always good. Short and long term. Temple south of that has been built. Cool. Quite happy with the way this looks. There's only one slot available. I love the food store, but again, only one slot available. Missing infrastructure and money from access to sulfur for a large quarry, but we could get, thanks to marble and other things, infrastructure and money. Still, 0 slot usage. No change in health penalties, so let me probably just get that. Or a watchtower, which is up to 30 potential units. That's not that bad, honestly, but I don't think we're in danger here. So, large quarry, it shall be. New population somewhere where we're also getting a large quarry. I mean, that's fine. This place does have access to sulfur. Lucky it. Not sure I care to move any of that. I don't mind the amount of citizens and stuff we have on food. Food is good for continued growth. Nothing else I would change there, I suppose. I know we did look around all of this already. We got a new population in Artemita. Good to meet you. I don't know why it sounded like that to me. But regional roads. Weapons depot built just next to that. This is on a capital. This is a place where, oh my god, we could use some fucking infrastructure. I'm tempted to build that clay pit, but we are working on slotless right now, and that weapons depot was definitely something that took a slot. So I am tempted to build the training ground. I am tempted to build the clay pit. Things have to get built eventually. Growth in 2 turns? Okay, let's build the clay pit, because we're going to have a slot again later anyway. We need infrastructure here, man. We need infrastructure. Culture, not as much. I don't even know, like, what are we going to do with this guy on the food? I have no idea, but he can chill. Tell you what, we'll move one other normal guy to culture and then move you over to infrastructure. You're less productive, but you know what? Actually, all the full citizens go on culture, because that's always good. And then all the not full citizens on infrastructure. It makes it even more useful to make infrastructure. However, that's all we have time for today. So I'm going to end this one here. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.